Welcome to Harmless Headcanons, where I am just gonna start stating my harmless headcanons that I hold for characters. This is a special part 1 of so far 3 parts, but could be fucking more, I don't fucking know, called They Should Be Uncles. Everybody, this is a man named Boston Brand, aka the Dead Man. Dude had a shitty childhood, ran away and joined the circus, became a fucking amazing gymnast, and then one day, a gangster killed him. Womp. Womp. And then after that is when his life really turned around, ironically. Now dead, the goddess of death Ramakrishna chose him to be her champion, and he became a ghost flying, can possess people type of superhero. Dude's really fucking cool. Typically featured in Justice League Dark team-ups in like the magical side of DC. So, I think he should be Dick Grayson's uncle. I think that Dick Grayson's mom should be Boston Brand's little sister. It changes almost nothing about either of their respective backstories and does nothing but warm my heart. Because just imagine, one day, like 20 years after that dude's been dead, he's been a fucking ghost superhero for 20 years, he gets to meet Nightwing, and it's his fucking nephew. It's his sister Mary's kid. Just how heartwarming would that be? Come on! I mean, God, he dies in a tragic trapeze accident. His parents died in a tragic trapeze accident. That shit just it's perfect. Do it. What's the harm? It's none, is the answer. Do it. Welcome back to Harmless Headcanons, and it's part 2 of my They Should Be Uncles series. Today's uncle, John Constantine. And you might be thinking, wait a second, isn't it John Constantine? No. So in the comics, he actually continuously reminds people how to say his name because they made the movie with Keanu Reeves and they said it Constantine, but it's Constantine. And so the author, creator of John Constantine made it a point that this dude says his name like, my name's John Constantine, as in line. So I'm gonna try and correct myself, even though I think Constantine sounds way fucking cooler. I'm gonna try and correct myself going forward. So this is John Constantine. If you guys don't know, the way this guy got into magic was essentially his troubled younger sister joined a satanic cult and died because of it. Her name is Cheryl, and she literally has so little appearances in comics that her fucking DC database page doesn't actually exist. She literally just shows up, cries to her brother, and later is killed by a demon, and that's what gets John into the occult. And you know what other DC character with almost no consistent backstory also joined a satanic cult, has a mysterious past, and then later died because of said satanic cult? Raven's mom, Orella Roth. A typical ploy of cults is to strip people of their identities and give them new names. So all this is asking is that the cult of Trigon would strip people of their names. So this is Cheryl Constantine. She joined the cult of Trigon, eventually became a bride of Trigon, and was given the name Orella Roth. And she would eventually give birth to our girl, Raven. Raven already has a huge, really fucked up family tree on her dad's side, and so I think it would just be nice for her to have one cool relative on her mom's side, and it happens to be her awesome British Uncle John. And to be a very easy way for, let's say, a live-action DC movie about John Constantine to introduce Raven and keep everything nice and simple, call me DC. Welcome back to Harmless Headcanons, and it's now part 3 of They Should Be Uncles. This is Black Lightning, and I feel like you guys already know what I'm gonna say. So to just set the groundwork for this, 1, I believe this should only be the case in a live-action cinematic universe. I feel like making this guy related to the person you know I'm gonna fucking say after this is a little derivative in comic form, but I feel like in live-action cinematic universe form, it lends itself very well into some stories that you could tell. And I'll justify that here and now. Jefferson Pierce had a full-time job, a wife, newborn twins, and was a superhero. Eventually, all of those responsibilities added up, and he couldn't take it anymore, and he had to give something up so he could focus on the other things, and his family came first. Which is why he would make the perfect mentor character who then gets pulled back into heroism by his idealistic young nephew, Virgil fucking Hawkins. Static is one of the best DC characters fucking hands down, and this dude deserves live action shit. The first movie, you could just do it all entirely. It's the origin of the Big Bang and the Bang Babies and what that does to the city. It would very much be about this kid trying to figure out what he wants to do with his newfound superpowers. And then, oh shit, sequel, what's he gonna do? Well, guess what? His dad, one of the greatest dads in fucking comics, Robert Hawkins, finds out this dude is a superhero. Oh shit. And so he tells his son to go visit his dead mother's brother. So this is where it gets a little fun. Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning, pre-New 52, had a sister, and that sister was a nurse. And Virgil Hawkins, in the Static Shock cartoon, because his origin changes every single time this gets published, but in the cartoon, Virgil's mom was also a nurse, and then she died. So let's take the non-existent nurse sister that New 52 erased, and the dead nurse mom, and make Black Lightning Static's uncle. And now I know that some of you guys are going to say, is it just because they're black and have lightning powers? Yeah. But that's because I really like the idea that superpowers are a genetic thing. Like they run in the family. I love how My Hero Academia has their quirk system work. And I would try to incorporate as much of that rule into my DC cinematic universe as possible. So taking the two characters with identical superpowers and making them related, to me, I like it.